Against the Cardinals, what is it? That's not his kryptonite, right? He hasn't been able to get a win against these guys. What's going on?
Yeah, he's. I guess I just found that out. I wasn't aware of the 5 starts. Kind of tougher, but sometimes you have that. He's obviously a great pitcher, and excited to have him out there tonight against these guys, and looking forward to it.
Is that a situation where kind of maybe does he switch things up, or does he kind of just stay with he's been so good?
Paul's really good at adjusting, and even in those other starts, the adjustments that he's making, and it's not even start to start. A lot of times it's at bat to at bat, pitch to pitch, and how he's able to do that. So I'm sure that they've got a great plan set up for tonight.
Last year, so much of the discussion around him was the workload for his full year in pro ball. Year 2, he's near the top of the NL in innings pitched. How have you seen that plan kind of evolve this year, and just what have you taken away from how his body's handled a bigger workload?
I feel like he's handled it pretty well as far as it goes. Now, it's something that we do need to be mindful of as we continue to work through the season, and how he's handling that workload, what that workload looks like, especially in year 2. I mean, I think it's easy to forget that it is year 2 sometimes with him, because he is so mature, he is so good. The way that he goes about it, and the professionalism and the stuff that he's got, it's easy to forget that it's year 2, but continuing to build off of what he did last year, continue to build off of how good he's been this year, and I think that keeping that in mind as we go through the remainder of the season.
Funny, it's hard to not talk about the offense every time we see, these guys are rolling. Is there anything that changed or was different that you guys implemented the last, weeks?
They've continued to work. I mean, just the consistency of that, and how Matt and the group has been able to influence them, the buy-in that they've gotten from the players, and the quality of the at-bats have continued to get better. It just appears like we're not going up there trying to hit the home runs. We're staying in the middle of the field, staying in the middle of the plate, driving the ball the other way. 2 guys that stand out to me, actually 3, Tommy, the way that he's worked, he's continued to get better. Brian going the other way, and then Nick Gonzalez, just the at-bats that he's had, and not to leave anybody out. I mean, it's been lengthened throughout the lineup, but those guys have stood out, and the way that they've swung the bat, the way they've gone the other way, and driven runs in as well.
Mitch mentions it feels a little bit lighter, a little more fun, in the dugout during games like this. Have you noticed that shift in mentality, maybe, or what are you noticing from the guys?
Yeah, the offense drives energy. When the offense is down, you feel that. Everybody feels that. The players feel that. The fans feel that. It's just something when the offense is clicking and we're getting those big hits, it feeds off of each other, and you feel that energy. And I think that that's what we went through in that stretch where we were challenged getting that big hit, and everybody wants to be that guy that comes up with it, and then they're putting too much pressure on themselves. Now guys are just going up there, staying within, looking for a pitch in the middle of the plate, and we've been able to put good swings on it and drive the ball the other way sometimes it's pulled, but they're not going up there trying to do it. They're just letting it happen.
How much do you think that kind of helps in the middle of the season like this, where you're midway through the season, maybe guys are getting tired and things like that, but they give a little extra energy from the offense?
Yeah, some more energy from the offense. The one constant that's been there has been the pitching, starting pitching, but then you look at what the bullpen has been able to do especially over these last few games. Saturday we get the rain delay and Falter's out. You get Ashcraft, Santana, Ferguson, Bednar cover, Carmen, Sugar coming out, Genesis Cabrera, just finding ways to really handle the innings out of the pen, because it's a lot of it's been a challenge. They've pitched a lot over this stretch, and for the offense to be able to pick us up and allow guys the opportunity to go longer. I mean, Carmen went 3 2/3 the other day, was really efficient, and really nailed down some solid innings out of the pen.
You're keeping Spencer at leadoff tonight. Is that something we should expect going forward, or is it more of a reward for how he played last night?
I think a combination of both. Frazier's done a good job in that spot too, and with Frazier not being in there, and Spencer is just trying to find some fluidity. I don't think it's anything that's going to be solid right now necessarily. We'll just see how it continues to evolve, and O'Neill has done a nice job a little bit lower in the order, and we'll see how it goes.